Good morning, and thank you for joining us to learn about our trip to the Greece Islands. We're excited to present this for Douglas County Chamber. This will be their third trip with us, and we appreciate the partnership they've had with us. Great response and good times on trips to Italy and France, and now we're headed to Greece. So, just a little bit about Colette. We are a going into our 107th travel season. We are a debt-free company, family owned, female led, and what we do well is guided tours. So we started off with motor coach tours from New England down to Florida, went international in the 70s and added Europe, went worldwide in the 80s, and now we're on all seven continents with over 175 itineraries to choose from. So we'll always find a place for you to go with Colette. And in Greece, you'll discover a place where age-old legends and monuments intertwine with warm sunshine and island-style living. From the ruins of Athens to the bright rooftops of Mykonos and Santorini, you'll embrace the country at its best. So this is our Greece Island Hopper Tour. It is 11 days, including 14 meals. Here is your tour at a glance, an overview. You fly into Athens, where you'll spend 2 nights before taking the public ferry to Mykonos for 3 nights on the island. And then you'll sail again to Santorini for an additional 3 nights on that island. And then you'll fly back to Athens for a night in town before you're taking your flight home. There is an optional post-tour extension to Istanbul. I just got back from Turkey, and I can't tell you there's a better place to go. It's Istanbul is a very unique city. It's a European city in a Asian country, and just a unique and ancient civilization place to see. The Greece Island Hopper is one of our classic tours and means we can have up to 44 people on the tour. Our average is 37, sweet spot between 36 and 38, but it's ideal for seeing the world's iconic destinations. You get preferential access to sites, meaning you'll skip the lines and spend more time discovering, and you hit all the highlights at a value-minded price. This is an activity level 3 for the on-the-go traveler. Walking and standing for longer periods of time isn't a big deal because you don't want to miss anything. A moderately paced walking tour covering several miles over several hours is no problem. And then multiple modes of transportation, a variety of terrains, and specifically on this tour, you'll be taking the public ferry boats between Athens, Mykonos, and Santorini. So you'll be able to need to be able to handle your own luggage for about 100 feet, bringing them on the ferry and into the luggage cage. So you'll begin your journey in the capital city of Athens. Athens has a long history that dates back to the first settlement in the Neolithic age, and this city has arguably some of the deepest history in the world. Most of the monuments on the Acropolis that you can still visit today were built during Athens' golden age. You'll meet your fellow travelers at a local trivina in the city's historic district, including indulging in local cuisine and wine with traditional Greek entertainment. The Plaka district is the oldest section of Athens, and that's where you'll be dining. On the next day, with a local expert, you'll enjoy a panoramic tour of the highlights in Athens. The tour will showcase the city's ancient and glorious monuments. You'll see the Temple of Zeus, the Royal Palace, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and the Olympic Stadium. You'll take a comprehensive tour of the incredible Acropolis. It's built in the 5th century BCE. The Acropolis is one of the most famous ancient archaeological sites in the world and looks over the city. This is one of the areas where we'll have rugged terrain. In order to access the Acropolis site, you will be required to climb about 30 to 40 uneven steps and walking over rugged terrain with loose stones and no railings. So just be aware of that. The Acropolis is home to famous sites such as the Pompeia, the Temple of Athena Nike, and the famous Parthenon. Both are in honor of the Athena, who is the patron goddess of Athens. An ancient legend claims that the people of Athens accepted Athena as their patroness after she presented them with the gift of the first domesticated olive tree. And then that evening, you're at leisure. The next morning, you'll be transferring to the port of Athens for the high-speed ferry ride to Mykonos, the whitewashed jewel of the Cyclades Islands. The ferry ride is about 2 hours, and the schedule can start with an early rise. So if we do miss breakfast at the hotel, they will provide box breakfasts for us. You'll enjoy magnificent views as you cruise across the brilliant Aegean Sea to this island paradise. The Aegean Sea contains over 2,000 islands. Mykonos offers limitless opportunities to kick back and enjoy the island's irresistible lifestyle. Mykonos is also known as the Island of the Winds, is one of the Cyclades, which is a group of Greek islands, and holds a place in Greek mythology. It is said that Mykonos was named after its first ruler, Mykonos, the grandson of the god Apollo. Another myth says the island is the location of a great battle between Zeus and the Titans. But no matter which tale you believe, Mykonos is home to sandy beaches, seaside cafes, street musicians, and never-ending nightlife scenes. I do want to warn you, though, that the streets are empty in these photos, but they will not be while you're there. Mykonos and Santorini are two of the most popular Greek islands. But you'll start your stay with an exploration of Chora, Mykonos Old Town, which is where you discover its winding lanes independently. And in the afternoon, you'll check into your hotel for a relaxing 3-night stay. From sandy beaches and seaside cafes to street musicians and a never-ending nightlife, Mykonos offers limitless opportunities to kick back and enjoy the island's irresistible lifestyle. Enjoy a relaxing day to independently explore the charms of Mykonos. With a full day at leisure, you are able to discover the town however you wish. Perhaps you'll explore one of the town's many museums or you relax on one of the island's 25 beautiful beaches. You'll spot the renowned whitewashed windmills, a staple of the island, or you can choose to participate in an optional excursion to the local farm for an olive oil and cheese tasting. This is the Flavors of Mykonos. It's an optional tour. It's an all day long, 8 hour, with transportation included, and you'll immerse yourself in the flavors of the Cycladic Islands during a tour of Mykonos culinary gems. You'll begin the morning at a local farm where you'll hear about the variety of olive trees and the flavors they produce. Learn the basic principles of olive oil from an expert and put your taste buds to the test as you sample varying types of and quality of this Greek staple, including the prized extra virgin olive oil, or as we know it as EEVO. Then learn about the traditions and history of cheesemaking, a craft in the Mykonos that in the Mykonos achieves almost the status of a local art form with secrets passed down through generations. The farm uses sustainable practices and new technologies. They collect milk from select herds to make high quality cheeses, yogurts, and other dairy products. Later, you'll explore more of the flavors of the island at a local bakery in Mykonos' Old Town, where the same family has been operating a traditional wood-fired oven for more than 2 centuries. Relish some of the delectable treats before enjoying free time to uncover the winding lanes independently. The next day, you have another day at leisure. You don't want to miss Mykonos' Old Town. You can see the traditional life as it amidst the bustling activity on the island. You can explore the historic district of Mykonos known as Little Venice or enjoy the island's trendy shopping scene. There's also the option to step into the past on a half-day Delos private boat excursion. Ancient Delos. You can take a step back in the past with this half-day excursion to the island of Delos, the fabled birthplace of Apollo and Artemis. After a quick 30-minute boat ride to the island, allow your guide to introduce you to the mythic legends. See how the Greek myths intertwine with prehistoric ruins, passing through narrow streets from the Hellenistic age toward the awe-inspiring house of Dionysus, a relic from the 4th century BC that contains ancient mosaics and preserved columns, passed by a statue of Cleopatra at the entrance before continuing on to the House of Trident. Take in the views of the island from the Theater of Delos, a public cistern of the city that was built around 300 BC. Peruse other ancient relics with your guide before ending at the temples of Apollo, the sacred lake, and the guardian Naxian lions. Enjoy time to explore independently before returning via private boat. The duration of the guided tour portion is 90 minutes. And transportation is included in that excursion. Your journey continues to Santorini, the Eden-like island, on the next day, where doomed rooftops and gentle ocean waves complement the bright white buildings and rocky hillsides. A picturesque landscape and iconic destination, Santorini's charms reveal themselves during your three-night stay. Santorini came to be after a massive volcanic eruption that destroyed the earliest settlements on what was originally a single island located in the southern Aegean Sea. Santorini is known for their modernistic wineries, breweries, Cyclades dining, accomplished artists, and multicolored beaches. The next day, begin your day with a visit to the excavation site of ancient Akrotiri. This is the most important prehistoric settlement found anywhere in the eastern Mediterranean. Here, the history of the island reveals itself. Known as the Minoan Pompeian, this flourishing town was at once destroyed and preserved by a volcanic eruption around 1450 BC. The ash preserved the buildings and the remains of many objects you are able to see today. Travel through a fascinating landscape of vineyards, whitewashed chapels, and volcanic cliffs to the spectacular town of Oia, where you'll find the best views of the caldera, which was formed by a volcanic eruption during the Minoan civilization. This traditional hilltop village reveals the history of the island, and you'll enjoy the iconic sunset over the caldera, an experience that draws people from all over the world. You'll visit a local winery that produces the unique and famous wines of Santorini and enjoy a light lunch. The rest of the afternoon is yours to relax and explore more of this Mediterranean gem. Your day at leisure is the next day to relax or independently explore Santorini. With the many things to do and explore, enjoy free time to really take in all the island has to offer. Perhaps you'll visit the iconic Red Beach or maybe watch a movie in the open air cinema. You can shop in the charming town center, take in the breathtaking scenery, visit a local museum, or simply enjoy the amenities of your hotel. There is an optional excursion, a full day island hopping and sunset cruise to visit some of the magical islets that surround Santorini before enjoying dinner on board and sunset from the water. This is a full day excursion lasting over 7 hours, and your transportation is included. But you can make the most of the day at leisure and see all that Greece has to offer with an island hopping adventure. Set sail for the tiny islet of Nea Kameni, an uninhabited island that is formed on an active volcano. You'll make your way up the side of the still active volcano with your local guide, pausing at the top of the crater for unparalleled views. After exploring, return to the boat to set off for your next destination. And you can jump into the water and swim to the island's rejuvenating hot springs, where you'll find your ethereal sulfuric waters and therapeutic mud. You can continue to relax on the boat. And then you'll continue on to an authentic island that embodies the traditional culture of Greece. You'll enjoy a Greek buffet on board and take an unparalleled view of the island as you dine. After dinner, you'll make a stop close to Santorini as the sun sets. You'll marvel in the sky as the sky turns shades of orange and gold before sailing back to port. This option does need to be decided on pre-tour at least a week before departure date. Availability for purchase while on tour is not guaranteed. And this is a fully guided tour. The total time at each island is an hour and a half. And to reach the hot springs, you will need to be able to swim from the boat. So activity is only recommended for strong swimmers. Day 10, you'll depart the islands and fly back to Athens for your final night in Greece. And you'll toast to the end of your sun-filled getaway at a farewell dinner. We do go ahead and fly back to Athens and give you that overnight for flights the next morning, easier travel day. A lot of people always ask why we have that last night in Athens, and that's why. It's to be able to make that next travel day home easier. But we hope you'll join us in Greece. And if you'd like to continue your experience, there is the optional post tour where you can extend your stay and travel to Istanbul. You can let the adventure continue by choosing an optional 3-night post-tour Istanbul extension. This is a fully guided, so you will be joined by a tour manager and enjoy local planned experience and sightseeing. The tour manager may not be the same tour manager that was on your Greece trip, but this is a great way to see fully experience a new destination before or after your tour. So this, your overnight accommodations, daily breakfasts, and transfers to and from the airport are included. So you'll depart Greece and fly to Istanbul, Turkey's most popular city. Considered to be the bridge between the East and the West, Istanbul is a central hub for intermingling cultures, complicated history, and legendary architecture. The city was the former capital of the Byzantine and Ottoman empires, which is seen through its blend of times gone by, nostalgia, and ever evolving modernity. You'll kick off your exploration of Istanbul by sampling Turkish cuisine during dinner at a local restaurant that evening. And the next day, you'll discover the city with a local guide. You'll start your day with a visit to the Blue Mosque, where vibrant blue tiles line the building's opulent interior walls. Then you'll visit Topkapi Palace, former home to the Ottoman sultans. And after free time for lunch, you'll continue exploring Istanbul with your local expert and visit Hagia Sophia, the Church of the Holy Wisdom. And just to note, no shoes are allowed in the mosque. There are places for you to put your shoes, like a cubbyhole, or you can carry them with you. And women will be required to wear a headscarf, and those are also available at the mosque, but you can bring your own. The next day, after free time for lunch, you'll continue exploring Istanbul with your local expert. You'll make your way through the lively Grand Bazaar and Spice Market, surrounding yourself with artisan crafts, buzzing energy, and exciting vendors. The Grand Bazaar is a site itself. It is this maze of stores and treats and spices and delights. You're overwhelmed. But you'll enjoy an afternoon at leisure after visiting the bazaar. And then the next morning, you'll take in the high rises and minarets of Istanbul's majestic skyline as you sail between the two continents during a cruise of the Bosphorus Strait, which divides Europe from Asia. The rest of your day is yours to explore however you choose. You can shop the local boutiques or taste the culture through Turkish favorites. Or perhaps you'll choose an optional excursion to a Hammam Turkish bath. Well, where you'll enjoy authentic scrub and foam bath. And then this evening, you'll wrap up your exploration of Istanbul at a local restaurant before departing home the next day. So, traveling with Colette, we offer a lot of services to make your trip easy as possible. Since you are traveling as a group, we will offer a hometown pickup to and from the Atlanta airport, which makes life so much easier. Parking and fighting the Atlanta traffic is the worst part of the trip. So we're happy to have that for you. So we'll provide transportation to the Atlanta airport and home. If you choose to take the extension, you will still be provided transportation home. So no worries there. We also offer a no worries travel protection. You can get a full refund for canceling your trip at any time up to the day before departure. This is our cancellation waiver, and it is available for purchase, and it protects your investment in your trip. And it is one of those things that we offer differently than our competitors, where you can cancel for any reason. We always joke about it. I'm having a bad hair day and I can't be seen in public. However, it is true. And then if you purchase the travel protection plan and are able to travel, you're completely covered while you're on tour. Your medical assistance, evacuation, baggage loss or delay, any type of disruption of your trip will be covered through our insurance. We are underwritten by TravelX, and again, that is available for purchase at the time of your deposit. By traveling with us, you're automatically enrolled in the Passport Club. So the more you travel, the larger your discount. The bigger the trip, the bigger the reward. So it's a loyalty program that truly incentivizes repeat bookings and customer loyalty. So if you traveled with us on one of the Chamber's previous trips or independently, your discount will be applied to your final payment. You are traveling internationally, so a passport is required. We recommend it be good past 8 months of your departure, or sorry, your return date. So you want to make sure that your passport is up to date, and you do have time to get it renewed if that's necessary. It's a very quick online process if it's a renewal before expiration. You are traveling within the European Union, and there may be a visa that comes is applied. It was supposed to start this past May, but as of right now, it's been postponed to January 2026. All we know about it is that it will be good for 2 years once it's been purchased, and you can use it to visit any of these European countries. As of right now, we are told it'll be about €10, which is about 12.50 US. So it is a one-time fee that you would have to purchase on your own. We do have an online booking link for you to be able to visit and pay, sign up for the trip, and we take all major credit cards, or you're welcome to mail in a check or a money order. There are no processing fees for using a credit card. You can also sign it, call in and give your credit card. So here are the details of your trip. This is the Greece Island Hopper. We're traveling in April of 2026, so April 9th to the 19th. The deposit is $698 a person. To cancel for any reason, insurance is $549. That deposit due date is coming up on August the 10th of this year, so you can reserve your spot and then continue to pay for your trip up until January 9th of 2026 when that final payment is due. The cost for a double, so that would be two people per room, is $5,949 plus the 549 so that's $5,949 for a double, plus the $549 insurance due at the time of deposit if you so choose to purchase that. That does include everything I've listed on the itinerary except for the optional excursions, which you can make a decision of those at final payment time. And be charged for those at that time. But we do have singles available, but they are very limited. So if you're going to be traveling by yourself, you would want to go ahead and reserve that as soon as possible. So again, thank you to the Douglas County Chamber. We're excited to have y'all traveling with us again. This is the Greece Island Hopper. Well, you'll be traveling in April of 2026. Thanks so much and have a great day.